Hey, thanks for joining me. Hey, this is a message for Tucker GOTT. And if somebody has this video and you see this video, maybe you could forward it to him. I tried to get a hold of him last night and couldn't get a hold of him. Hey, Tucker, I'd just like to talk to you. My name's Kurt Pfister. I don't know if you've ever heard of me or not, but last night somebody sent me a text of a conversation. He sent me a screenshot of a conversation you were having with somebody, and I just want to set you straight on it. I tried to give you a call last night. I couldn't get a hold of you. I know you're a pretty busy guy. I'm a pretty busy guy. So I just thought I'd make a quick video here and set you straight on some stuff. They were asking you questions about me, and you said something. I don't know that you meant it with disrespect or derogatory or anything else like that. So I'm not too concerned about it. But you said something, and I thought I'd make a video and give you a response back to it. You said, "Yes, I've heard a few negative things about him, if it's the same guy I'm talking about." And then you said, "No, it's definitely not free." And it was referring to the training, and because some guys mentioned free training and whatnot. For the record, Tucker, it is definitely free. I don't charge for training. If somebody gets equipment from us, they only pay for the equipment. I charge less than the distributor for the equipment. Most places, after you buy their equipment, will then charge you $2,500 to $3,500 more for training on top of it. That's not free. What I do, Tucker, is I sell a unit to somebody, and I don't want them to skip the training or watch a video or do something else stupid with it and try to train themselves and ruin my sport or even kill themselves. I do train them for free. I give them as much training as they want, and I do not charge for it. So I hope that sets you straight. I not only train them, but if they bought that equipment from me and they got 5 brothers or sisters and a whole family, as I've done, I did a family out in Arizona one time, there was 8 people. And I trained the father all the way down to the 6 kids and the wife. And I didn't charge a dime for training. They were on their way to head out to another company and discovered my free training, and they canceled their order and ordered. Not only did they get better equipment, but then they got free training, and they were going to pay $2,000 per person for the training for 8 people. That's $16,000 that they saved. By the way, they did buy me a very nice dinner and showed their appreciation for that, and I appreciate that a lot. But just to clarify, Tucker, because I'm sure you didn't mean any disrespect, but I do train free of charge. And yes, there are negative things about me on the internet because a lot of people don't like that I do train for free. They see this as, I'm currently up to 1,091 students. I'm the only instructor with a flawless safety record. I was one of the first instructors in the United States to be doing this. There was only a handful of us out there when I came in. And I wasn't a dealer for anybody at that time. And I started long before anybody knew who I was. I started training people. I was a skydiver for over 20 years. I've been flying and in aviation my entire life. And I've been doing this since it was in its infant stage in the United States. So I do train for free. If somebody in the last few years, I've had to limit my free training to people that get equipment from me. When people started taking advantage of the fact that I do train for free, because for about 14 years of this, about the first 14 years of my training, there was a lot of people that couldn't afford training. And they didn't buy equipment for me. I trained them free of charge as well. I'd spend weeks out in the field with them, and they didn't pay a dime, and they purchased nothing from me. And I've had to limit that to people that I'm so busy that you can only spread yourself so thin. I've had to limit myself to people that do get equipment from me. If somebody doesn't buy equipment from me, they can still take training, but I do charge $1,000 for that as of right now. And sometimes I barter stuff, and other times I do train people that I know are gonna skip the training. And rather than do that, I would rather train them and keep them safe. So I hope that clarifies it for you. But as long as we're making this video, I want to talk to you because I'm kind of concerned. I think I just talked to you man to man, and I hope you'll take my advice to heart. I know I'm 55 years old, and to you that probably seems like an old man, but I want to give you some advice. And I've seen a lot of things happen in skydiving after 20 years of skydiving, and I've got thousands of jumps, and I want to warn you, Tucker, and I hope this video doesn't serve as an I told you so video to your family later on. There's been over 12.5 people, not only in this sport, but also in skydiving, that I've looked at in my life and I've seen in my life, and I've said, you know what? That person's going to die. That person's going to die. And I've been right about every single one of them. It was just a matter of time. I remember people I'd say, you know what? That guy over there, he's going to be dead in 2 years. He was dead in 1. That guy over there, he's going to be dead in 5 years. He was dead in 2. I remember down at a convention one time, 2 young guys were testing out a new wing for Mike Campbell Jones when the reflex technology came on about wings. And one of the guys' name was Julian. You can look it up. And Julian and the other young man were out there doing aerobatics. And of course, they were told to go out there and do aerobatics when everybody else puts their equipment away. Come out there and show the stability of this new technology, the reflex technology. And they were flying. And when they walked past me after they were done flying, I said, I'm really going to miss you guys. I was sitting next to my tent with my buddy on a chair, and I said, I'm really going to miss you guys. And they laughed and they said, what's that mean? And I said, well, you're really good pilots, and you got a lot of skill. I says, but there's going to be a time where it's going to bite, and it's going to bite fast. And I've seen this in my life. I've seen it happen a lot. And it won't be until you're holding one of your friends in your arms and you watch him take his last breath, and I've done that in different sports, that you'll have a respect for it. And I said to this young man, I said, I'm really going to miss you. I says, I know you're trusting in this new technology. And I says, I don't care whether your dad came up with it or your dad's friend came up with it. But I says, you guys are not using good discernment. You're pushing the limits. You got bigger balls than brains. And the one guy, he listened a little bit. And but the other guy kind of laughed about it, thought it was a kind of a joke, like, yeah, what do you know, old man? Well, that guy was dead 6 months later. And his name was Julian. You can look that up. He used to fly for Mike Campbell Jones doing the reflex technology wings. When they first came out, he would go around. Great pilot. But I'm going to tell you something. I see the same thing happening in you, Tucker. You seem like a good kid. You seem like a nice kid. I enjoy some of your videos until I started seeing some of the stuff you're doing. And man to man, I'm going to tell you something. There's an old saying, and it still holds true. This saying didn't come about for no reason. There's old pilots and there's bold pilots, but there's no old, bold pilots. Right now, you're 22 years old, you feel invincible, and you got some old man telling you, slow down. You're getting way ahead of yourself. And right now, you feel invincible and you think you know everything at 22. I was the same way. But I'm going to tell you something. I've learned to take advice from older people. They've been on this planet a little bit longer, and I hope you take my advice. Because as of right now, I think you're going to die. You're doing things that are not good. And in your words, sketchy. They are sketchy. They're not only sketchy for you, they're sketchy for the entire PPG community. You're encouraging people to do the same kind of stupid shit. And it's really bad for the sport, brother. Your videos, good job on them, great editing. You seem like a nice kid. You seem reasonable. So I figured I'd just add that on and talk to you like a man. I'd love you to come out to my field sometime. I'd love to shake your hand, and we have a big event going on this July. I'd love to see you. And I love seeing you do aerobatics, and I love watching it. But some of the stuff you're doing is bigger balls than brains. And it doesn't matter who you are, eventually that can bite you. I've seen better pilots than you hit the shit and draw their last breath. And I've seen them do it, and they were right in front of me. But until you see that happen, you're probably not going to respect my words. I hope that you do, but you probably won't. But if somebody can send this message to Tucker, son, come on, man. Be real about it. I think it's great that you're flying, and I love your skill level, but you're doing things that are promoting some pretty dangerous stuff in the sport. I'd like to see you around for a few years. I'd love to meet you. But come on out, be a part of our fly-in this July 27th here, 2017, at my field up in Ohio. We're not that far from you. I'd love to shake your hands. I got nothing against you. I've never said anything against you, and I'm not saying this against you now, so don't take this the wrong way. I'm just trying to get you to think. You're invincible right now. You're 22 years old. Everybody feels that way. I'm coming up on 60 years old, so I know I'm just kind of an old man babbling here, but I'm giving you some good advice. And I would really hate that this video would be out there for your family as an I told you so video later. I don't want to see that happen. I want to see you around for a few more years. So I hope that you listen to what I'm saying. You can give me a call anytime. My telephone number's on my website. I tried to find yours last night. I thought I found the number for you, but I couldn't get a hold of you. I called several times, but there was no answer. But if you want, give me a call. I'd love to have you come out here, and I'll buy you dinner, and we'll go have a talk, and I'll tell you some of the things I've seen. But I hope this appeals to your intelligent side. And I'm not antagonizing you one bit, son. But come on, slow down and encourage good thing and good safety in the sport for everybody's sake, all right? And yourself especially. I'm sure there's people that love you. Seem like a good guy. I'll talk to you later. This is Captain Kurt. Have a great day.